For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor, Red Zone Coins, and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off.
Social family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with part 2 of the best Ultimate Legend players that you guys need to add to your team in Madden 20. Now, you guys showed tons of support on part 1, so I am dropping part 2, going over even more players in today's video. If you guys do remember part 1, we are categorizing our Ultimate Legends into 3 different tiers. The first one is good options, the second one is great starters, and then the highest, the pinnacle, is the must-have group. Now, I would definitely recommend you guys check out part 1 of the video because we had cards in each of those tiers that I went over, but if there's a card that you think should be in this video, I probably put them in part 1, so be sure to check that part out. Also, be sure to leave a like down below, and without further ado, let's hop into the first card in the good options section. So the first card on this list is 97 Kevin Green. He's got 89 speed, 91 acceleration, to go along with pretty high pass rushing stats, 94 power move, 98 finesse move. The only thing I don't like about this card is the block shed. The block shed is a little low for me. In my opinion, he's still a really good option. He's going to be a really good pass rushing linebacker for you, especially if you power him up. But the block shed is kind of what separates him from a great starter or a must-have. But Kevin Green is still a very good option and someone that I would definitely consider adding to your team. Now, the next player on this list is going to be 97 overall Walter Jones. Walter Jones I almost put into the great starter section. I kept him in the good option category though, but he's going to be a really good left tackle, and if you need a left tackle on a budget, Walter Jones is the way to go. You can power him up, and he actually got to a 99 chemmed up for me pretty easily on my squad, so 94 strength is really good, and on a left tackle or a right tackle for that matter, the main stats that I look at are the pass blocking stats because they're going to be going up against the premier pass rushers on your opponent's squad. So 97 pass block with good pass block power and finesse is absolutely perfect there. The run block is going to be pretty high as well. 95 run block is definitely really good. I do like the Walter Jones card. He's going to be a very serviceable and a good left tackle, to say the least. Now, moving on to the next player on this list, we have a right tackle who, again, I was considering putting in the great starter section. I would say Dan Deerdorf here was closer to getting in the great starter section than Walter Jones, just because there's less premier right tackles in the game, but at about the same price point, you're going to get almost the exact same stats. The strength is identical, the pass block and run block are the same as well, and if you pick up Dan Deerdorf and you pick up Walter Jones on either side of your offensive line, you're going to have two really good bookends who are going to be good options for you. I wouldn't say they're great starters or some of the premier players of their position, but they're two of the best value cards you can get, so Dan Deerdorf and Walter Jones are two very good options. Now, moving on to the final good option in the video, we have Brian Dawkins, who also has a 97 overall Ultimate Legend card, and all these cards I've shown you guys are pretty cheap, so you're going to get good value on each of these 97s. As we take a look at the stats on B-Doc, he's got 93 speed, 91 acceleration. That's basically the only thing I don't like about this card. He's a little bit slow for me. I wish that was a little higher, but otherwise, the play rec is great. The zone coverage and hit power are also incredible, really good pursuit, and he's also going to be pretty tall. So Brian Dawkins, definitely a good option, and he's going to be rounding out the good option section of this video, or the first section of it. Now, moving on to the second section, we have the great starters category. So starting off the great starter section, we have 99 Champ Bailey. I was really considering putting him in the must-have category, but we kept him in the great starter section. He's got 97 speed, 97 acceleration to go along with 98 agility. You can get all those up to a 99 pretty easily when you power him up. The man coverage is really good. Play rec is pretty solid, 95 zone coverage as well. I wish the play rec was a little bit higher, but I mean, it is what it is. Champ Bailey's card is really impeccable. I love the great agility, speed, and acceleration. Those physical stats are hard to come by at a corner, so I do like Champ Bailey. He's definitely going to be a great starter for you. Now, moving on to the next card, we have 98 overall Mean Joe Green. He is also going to be a great starter for you. He, in my opinion, has the best stats out of all the defensive tackles in the game right now. 80 speed, 85 acceleration is serviceable. I mean, you could get something a little bit higher in someone like Warren Sapp. He's got a bit better acceleration, but Mean Joe Green, the rest of his stats are amazing. Really high strength, really high block shed, great power move. The finesse move's a little low, but I mean, it is what it is. You mainly want high strength and high block shed, and that's exactly what you're going to get out of this 98 Mean Joe Green. A lot of people have this guy on his team. He's a really good starter because he's also really easy to get up to a 99, so I do really like the Mean Joe, and he's going to be a great starter for you. Now, next up, we have another left tackle on this list, and that is going to be 98 overall Joe Thomas. Now, comparing this this Joe Thomas card to the Walter Jones card, basically all we're getting is a little bit better pass blocking. As you can see, the pass block's a little higher, and again, the run block is going to be the exact same. He's also going to be a little bit bigger than Walter Jones, so those are the reasons why I put Joe Thomas in the great starter section and Walter Jones in the good option category. Joe Thomas, a really good left tackle, the best one in the game right now, and he is definitely going to be a great starter for you. Now, moving on to another offensive lineman, we have Randall McDaniel. He is also going to be a great starter. He's actually not that expensive. He's only going to be sitting at a price of about 112,000 coins. It is very cheap to power this guy up as well, and he's a really good starter. 93 strength, 98 run block. The pass blocking is a little low on my interior offensive lineman, though. I do prefer higher run block than pass block, so that's fine right there. Really great pass blocking, really good run blocking as well, and Randall McDaniel is going to be a great starter for you. Now, that is going to round out the great starter section. Next up, let's move on to the must have category, and we're going to start this one off with 99 overall Lawrence Taylor, who's honestly probably my favorite ultimate legend in the game right now. The stats on this card are basically a glitch. 92 speed, 95 acceleration. That is faster than some wide receivers in the game right now. He's got 93 strength, and then the power move, the finesse move, the block shedding, it is all up there. This card is incredible. He is an absolute must-have. If you don't have Lawrence Taylor, you're definitely missing out. At 300k, he's not even that expensive. Like, comparing him to Sean T is 766k, but in my opinion, Lawrence Taylor is way more valuable than Sean Taylor, so LT, definitely a must-have, and one of my favorite ultimate legends in the game right now. Now, moving on to the next card, we have 96 overall Calvin Johnson. The reason why I've got Calvin in here is because once you do power him up and you get him to his 96 overall version, you can actually get him to this 97 overall power-up expansion card by adding just a little bit of training. So we're going to be looking at the card on the right side for this video. He's going to have 97 speed to go along with 99 jumping, 96 catching, great catch in traffic, and spec catch. The route running is all really nice as well. He's also going to have pretty solid acceleration. 96 excel is pretty good. The Calvin Johnson card is a must-have in my opinion. He's not even that expensive. He's only 100,000 coins, and that's basically all it's going to take to power him up. So I would say everyone needs to be adding this Calvin Johnson to their team because he is going to be an absolute beast for you. Now, moving on to the final card of today's video, we probably have the greatest card in Madden 20 Ultimate Team. That is Bruce Smith. We saved the best for last. As you guys know, Bruce Smith is my guy. He is such a beast for me. He's only 90,000 coins. He should be selling for 900k, but great speed, great acceleration. The block shed, the power move are incredible. Finesse move is really high as well. If you guys are big fans of the channel and you're in the stream, we know we absolutely love Bruce Smith. In my opinion, he's a must-have. He actually is a must-have, to be honest with you. I know we joke about him a lot, but look at those stats. They're incredible. You can easily get a lot of those up to 99s. The speed and acceleration are awesome as well. So Bruce Smith is an absolute legend on the channel, and that is basically going to round it out for this list, boys. I'll quickly recap the cards we went over. In the must-have section, we started it off with Lawrence Taylor. We also had Calvin Johnson and Bruce Smith, and then in the great starters category, we had Champ Bailey, Mean Joe Green, Joe Thomas, as well as Randall McDaniel. And then in the good options, we had Kevin Green, Walter Jones, Dan Deerdorf, and Brian Dawkins. So that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. And until next time, fellas, I'm out. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.